live right now.
Okay.
There we go. We're live. Are
Heyo, we're
you gonna
doing it
moderate
again.
for me? You gonna mod for me?
Yeah, I'll moderate for you, Thor.
All right.
All right,
If you have to, right?
if you have to. So, welcome everybody. We are doing another episode of RH Live. Welcome to episode 5. On today's episode, we're doing the Anbernic RG503. Can you believe it? We're here again.
I know we're here again, right? Sorry, I was waiting for the YouTube thing to catch up.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad. Yeah, we're
There we
doing
go
this
now.
YouTube thing,
All
right?
right, we're good. We
We're
Gucci.
broadcasting this live to the open internets. Is that what I understand?
That's correct. To the open
Ah,
internet.
oh my goodness.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Well, there's a lot to unpack today.
There is.
Uh,
We
here
got the
we
503
have
here. You excited?
we've I am nervously excited. I'm like naively excited because it has that damn OLED screen in it, and that's
It
pretty sweet.
does. It's
It
not just sweet.
does.
It's straight up noise. You know.
It's noise, but there's been getting a lot of hate too. I've been seeing a lot of flack about this handheld. It's dividing once again, just like the 552, not
There's
but 3 months ago.
there's legitimate reasons for it to be dividing, though. You know.
Sure, yeah.
So I think that once we get going here, we're gonna see probably some quality control issues. I know that there's been a couple of issues with the case not meeting correctly and a few things like that. I also know that the onboard Linux does not support the touchscreen, which is weird, but okay, you
Yeah,
know.
it seems like if we have that OLED screen, that having the touch is just part of the experience.
Right.
And it's going to be up to some Android hero, I think, to give us that full experience, right?
Are you looking at me? Is that are
I
you looking at me?
mean, maybe a
Maybe.
certain
Okay.
lineage dev, anyways.
That's fine. Turtle.
Come on, Turtle. What are we doing here?
Oh man. So very standard Anbernic box here.
Yep.
This is literally what all of the Anbernics come in, is this nondescript white box with the model on it. Uh, Comes with the console, charging cable, and a manual. This is blue. This is from Russ from Retro Game Core. He sent this to me
Thank you, Russ.
for some custom firmware work potentially on it. And I do hear that that they're planning on releasing the kernel source for it. So that makes that a much more
What?
real possibility. So let's see
So it's
here.
possible to actually possibly get Android on this thing.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, it looks like as far as specs, for those who can't read, this is rocking a new chip, a new CPU. So it has the RK3566 in it,
You mean it's not a
which is
3326?
it's not. It's not. It's an actual power efficient CPU, which is going to give you longer battery life, which is going to not be as hot. For
Yeah.
all those of you like me who are bothered by the handheld getting really hot in your hands, this is going to be pretty cool. It's only clocked at 1.8 gigahertz, which is plenty, with 4 A55 CPU cores. So
Right.
that's nice for the nerd specs.
Doing a little zoom
But
action for you there.
for people who were looking for a lot of RAM to run Android on this, that's a little
No.
disappointing because
The one
you got
gigabyte is
one
disappointing. Two
gig.
gigabytes would have been a lot better.
Yeah, that would have been at least a minimum for us. Battery life might be 6+ hours. You got 3,500 milliamp hours with an efficient chip. Sure,
Yeah.
that seems possible.
Yeah. It says that it supports up to a 256 gigabyte card, but a lot of the time you can go way bigger.
Yeah,
So
and as far as the video driver goes, how you thinking that that Mali 52 is looking?
I'm
Has
okay
Vulkan
with
in
it.
it?
It's obviously, this isn't the most powerful chip of all time, obviously, right?
No, no. I mean, I
So
hear it's good Dreamcast.
it should be good Dreamcast. It should be good for like some, your PlayStation, your pre GameCube era, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
yeah,
yeah, and let's not pretend that we haven't all watched, Russ's review on this thing. We know what
hi
we're getting
guys.
into getting into this. Oh,
Yeah,
hey there, we have a few people loading in. Faust. Ah, yes. Michael, Ben, welcome everybody. Um and I myself have been evaluating it for about a week now, so I'm
Hmm.
kind of at the point where I'm ready to give it a true review. I know for you, this is your first unboxing,
Yeah,
and
I've
knowing
barely
you,
messed with it.
you're gonna open this up and just go straight to a teardown before even playing on
Oh,
it. So
absolutely, 100%. I'm gonna pull those
you're
cards
a
out.
mad,
Yeah,
you're a madman. Um, but here's the thing though, it has the Vita's OLED, so you have a 16 by 9, almost 5-inch screen.
right.
What are we driving behind it? We're driving behind it with hardware that is it's okay, but as you're going to see if we do this teardown, there's probably going to be a lot of empty space in there. It's going to be a really light handheld. I've noticed that.
It is extremely light. Like as far as weight, it's extremely light. They probably could have gone. What they really could have gone for here, I think, is maybe just a massive battery. So that way, people who want to play like
Ah,
SNES and NES and
uh-huh.
PlayStation stuff, like they could just like a 10-hour console. They probably could have gone for
Why? Yeah, why did Cheeto Steve let the 3500 milliamp hour get in there when
it. I
we
don't.
could have easily gone with a
I
6000
don't think
easily.
that particularly is gonna be the Cheeto Steve thing that happened here, but we'll see.
Oh, okay. We'll see what we get into. I know for
We'll
you
see.
it's going to be those lack of stacked shoulder buttons.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't care for that at all.
but Thor, it
What?
has 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi.
It
The
does. So
552,
streaming and
they heard
stuff.
us. They heard us. They were like, "Okay, you want 5 gigahertz? Cool. Here you go, and Bluetooth and HDMI out."
Yeah, which they should have just put on the 552, and then they could have made this a lesser version of the 552, right?
Yeah,
And given it like a 6K or
yeah,
maybe even 7K milliamp battery, which would have been
yeah,
crazy. But all right,
yeah.
so
I mean, I'm good with it.
let's pull this thing out.
Yeah,
Let's talk about some build quality stuff. So it comes with this standard. I mean, this is all standard Anbernic, right? Comes with the tray,
yeah.
the little manual that nobody ever uses, and then the screen protector that I never use because I can never put the damn thing on
Uh-huh.
because I'm a spaz. So we're just gonna set that to the side. That's
Yeah, I messed up the screen protector pretty good on this one.
did you
Not
put
gonna lie
bad?
here. Yeah, I can't even get it off because it's like a recessed screen. I don't
Yeah,
know if people
It
noticed
is
that,
down
but
in there. Like you can see this edge right here.
yeah.
She down in there.
Oh, yeah, she
Yeah.
is. So that's gonna get Cheeto dust. That's gonna get fingerprints. Or not fingerprints.
Right.
It's gonna get crumbs,
This will probably get an
potentially
Android
dust.
port, which maybe I mean Seraph may even get involved in that. Uh,
Yeah, what are we doing for that? Oh, on the back there, people should know that it has that nice kind of textured
yeah.
on the feel on the
So
bumps.
you can definitely see it on the camera. It's got a nice ribbing to it, like it's a micro texture almost, right?
Oh, you got the blue model, so I got the gray one to
Yeah.
contrast with that.
But
Which,
it's real nice. It's I mean it's real
yeah,
grippy, and it's got the bump outs like the Odin does, right? See the bump outs. I don't care for
yeah.
the side by side buttons, but it's gonna be all right.
I
I'll get over
I'm
it.
okay with it. I'm okay
The
with it. If you have a
sticks
nice,
the sticks have click though.
yes, they do.
You hear that? Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about the face buttons?
I don't mind them. The D-pad is way too soft for me though.
You don't like it? I kind of like it that way.
It's
It's a little bit. I mean, it has a lot of travel to it.
I
It's
wouldn't
not.
I wouldn't say
It's not.
there is a lot of travel. You're right. It's not mushy, but it's soft. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, it's not fatiguing to me. For instance, the Miu
Oh
Mini
yeah.
V1 D-pad was a very fatiguing, stiff D-pad. I know Russ prefers his stiff D-pads. I like them. I like it a little bit mushier. I want a little bit of looseness to it.
See that I have a V1 right here, and
You like that?
it seems firmer when you first the 503 seems firmer on the first travel, but it has a longer travel, so it seems softer. Does that make sense?
Which I actually am okay with. I, for instance, was finding fighting games in particular to be a joy on the 503.
The face buttons are way firmer than the Mini, though. Way
Yes, they
firmer.
are. Well, and
There's
we all know this. It's no secret that these face buttons are painted on and that they're just a little bit too big for the holes.
yeah,
And so you're gonna over
which I'm not.
time you're gonna get a little bit of dust as you're grinding away.
Hmm.
But I didn't know in my testing. I don't know about you, Thor, but the face buttons for me didn't feel like they were grinding against the shell at all.
Yeah, I'm not feeling any
They're
grinding here.
so they may have fixed it. a little bit.
Faust said
But
mini.
that is the Retro Game Core review unit right there that you have.
Yeah.
So I think Russ probably cleaned it up, but I know on his unit, which is that one, that it was having that issue. So I don't know.
This is the mini V1 right here on the left, and this is the mini V2 in the right. So
Which do you see?
the face buttons are different on both of these.
They are. Yeah,
So
the membranes are clearly better on the face buttons on the V2.
yeah,
The
they're
screen
softer.
has
They're cleaner.
the screen lost the glow effect.
Yeah.
It's a nice OCA laminated screen. We can do a whole mini V2 video if people want. Maybe get Jim Gray to talk about and sing its praises.
Yeah.
Maybe Sean Inman get some mini UI
Oh yeah,
love.
we should talk to Sean about mini UI. Yeah, for that.
Heck
But that's
yeah.
later. Right now we're on the 503.
That's later. Stay
Classic.
focused. Focus us.
Classic Anbernic on this. There's just maybe a light texture on the text on the back. No big deals.
How do you think it feels compared to the 552?
I mean, it's so much lighter than the 552.
Uh-huh.
It's actually ergonomic, unlike the brick that was the 552. You know.
Yeah, I liked that brick. One thing I'm sad about is they got rid of the rubber pads on the back. That's classic for Anbernic handhelds at this point.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, I will take this kind of texturing over the rubber pads, though, personally.
The texturing is nice.
It is nice.
Look at the top of yours. Do you see any separation between the back shell and the front? Because mine has that too, a little gap
right
of
there,
like a millimeter.
where you can,
yeah,
it's
right
maybe
there.
1.5 mils.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't fit right. The QC on this was not good.
Yeah.
On the back
Yeah,
shell of the case, because it's on the bottom side too, where there's some travel, maybe 0.5 mil.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't be there, especially because I guarantee you this thing has clips inside of it. With 4 screws, the way that they have it laid out, there should be no gaps whatsoever. And so that's where all that Cheeto dust is going to get,
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a Cheeto hole.
It's a Cheeto hole.
So
that's what it is.
We gotta check out these Cheeto holes. Now I'm doing the mouthfeel right now because everyone I know is gonna want to know that.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful because during the mouthfeel you could get your tongue stuck right in the Cheeto hole.
You can.
And it's a problem. It's something that we haven't had to talk about until now, and I didn't think the day would ever come. But we need to worry about getting, things stuck while we're doing our mouthfeels.
Yeah.
As far as this,
I am happy with the ports that are happening on this device.
Yes.
I like that it has the charging port, and I like that it has the OTG port. That's fairly standard for Anbernic at this point. It has the 3.5 millimeter jack. And it has this isn't micro. This is I think the mini HDMI out right here. That's not a full size HDMI, obviously. So you will need a special cable for that. And then obviously power button on the left, volume button, volume rocker on the right, and then the 2 cards on the bottom, one for the OS and one for data storage, and then your reset and recovery type buttons.
Now there's an unfortunate placement there. The function button is what you use in RetroArch inside of Linux to do anything in these games. Fast forward, to quit, to save your state. It's right next to the reset button, which leads to some unfortunate accidents. I was saying to people earlier that I was playing the Sonic 2, and I beat the first level for the first time. And I went to go save state, and I hit the reset button instead, and totally lost all my progress. I was actually Charlie Brown sad. I put the handheld down, and I walked. I walked in the rain. I said, "I'm never gonna beat that level again." Like that was the one time.
Yeah,
I was so proud.
So
that's a really unfortunate placement.
The TF1 it has the operating system on it, and the TF2 is your storage. So make sure you don't wipe this thing out unless you're personally doing it to put another operating system on it. This guy right here.
Yes.
Well, yeah, let me turn it around so it's more reasonable. These dual front-facing speakers, I hope it is actually dual. We're going to open it up here in a second and find out. But yeah, overall build quality, not a fan of this stylish shoulder button, personally.
I know you're not.
But I do have monster hands, and so...
Yeah, it kind of gives you that praying mantis grip I've been calling it lately.
Yeah, well, I'm a swapper. Like Like when I
Yeah.
go, I push it down and then I move it with my pinkies, right? So
Well,
face
and here's
buttons
what
and
I've
then swap, face buttons and then swap.
and swap. See, here's how I've adapted is I just learned to use R1 and R2 with just my index finger like that. Like I just
Yeah.
kind of roll my index finger across them as I need to use them.
Faust, the
It's not
double claw.
ideal. The double claw. I know we got to start making up names for the different grips and like do some illustrations like the praying mantis, the
I am,
claw, the
yeah, we
beast.
should. We put them on t-shirts. Uh, I am a
What's
little
what's
concerned about the quality of the plastic. It feels like it's the same plastic that they use for the 552, which I wasn't terribly
it
happy
is.
with.
It is the same
But
plastic.
it's difficult to see. But like on the LED here, if you look at the top right, there's a little shine right there. That little shine is a little quality control from the hole that was drilled there or formed there, right?
That's the
Which,
LED for the
yeah, but
power.
that
Is yours
little,
not lit up?
oh no, it's not turned on yet.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that little bit of shine that's on the top right there, it shouldn't be there.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's no good.
just some small quality control stuff. So let's get this thing opened up. As always, make sure you
Yeah.
take your cards out. And
Take your cards out, childrens.
they did provide two different cards, right? Let me
Mm-hmm.
zoom back out a little bit here. They did provide two different cards, right? So the main
Mm-hmm.
one is a 16, that's your operating system one, and 64 gigabytes for storage, which I assume you might be able to uh, buy this with a larger storage SD card included with it, but I don't know that for a fact. So,
Well,
and no, I'm not doing this with a clip on because I don't care about static electricity.
yeah, Thor's a
I
he's
like
like a
to live
daredevil.
dangerously.
He's a handheld daredevil.
Yeah.
I think is that Choosh we have in the chat? I
Sushi doodles?
think it might be Choosh. Well, now's a good time to plug that there is currently an RH jam going on for music. So
Oh, yeah.
submit a few bars of music to Choosh, and he's gonna stitch it together into some sort of beautiful beast of a song. And so it's kind of like a book club or a game of the month club, but for music, where we actually create something. It's kind of cool. Speaking of, at some point down the line, we really need to do some sort of like game jam. Now that playdates are a thing, now that analog pocket's a thing,
We got
all
to get
these
some more
consoles.
programmers in the server, people that are interested in
We
that.
do. People who make stuff. Well, you don't even need to be a programmer these days to make
Oh, no,
to
especially with like
develop for
pulp and
some of
stuff
these.
like that. Yeah, it's so easy
Yeah, with
now.
pulp. I mean, hell, dude, I got a Thumbie the other day.
Did you?
Uh, in the Thumbie, you can make games for too. It's like another 1-bit console. It's teeny tiny, and my thumbs are too big to actually play on it.
Yeah.
But my 4-year-old, she loves it. She immediately went to it. She's like, "This is so cute. Now my Barbie can play video games too, just like you, Dad." And I'm like, "Oh, I've done something right."
Oh, we've got Jada the Bell in here. Hey man, how you doing?
Jada the Bell,
One of
the
our previous
infamous
guests on the podcast.
previous guest who is deep into that Pico 8 life.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, did I
RH
mar
Game
the
Jam. That
plastic
would be fun.
with my fingernail? Yeah, I did a little bit.
Now, Thor is
Oof. That was
kind of
a little rough to open, to be honest with you.
opening this with his fudger,
Yeah, we spudging.
and he's not having a great time right now doing it. It's a little bit rough.
It's a little tight
He's going around.
for this soft of a plastic, right? It's a little tight.
It's almost ASMR like though watching you do this.
Oh, is it?
Like watching somebody spudge. Like if I could just watch like a 10-hour stream of somebody just spudging, like that would just be so soothing. Just spudge every device in your house.
All right, so there we go. As usual. Oh, that's a dinky battery, dude. Look at that. That's so small. That's a disappointing battery. Wow.
I actually was not prepared for exactly how small the battery was.
Wow.
Look
Oh,
at all that space,
and
man.
and
You
as
could
usual,
put a triple the size.
standard switches. That's always what they go for, is that crap.
And they fall right out.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. But that battery, that's a missed opportunity. I would have gladly paid an extra $10 to maybe
Yeah,
$20
for
to
like a
give
6,000 milliamp hour
uh-huh
battery. Yeah.
6,000. Let's do that. Yeah, no thanks, says pressure washing and spudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chibi battery.
Nate the Great says, I think the Thumby is a great roarish test. You're either getting it because, oh, look how cute it is, or clearly I need another handheld to play.
I feel like this is extremely upgradable if you want.
Yeah, Michael, that is definitely a chibi battery.
Because there's, if you look, I'll try to line it up here. If you look, there's quite a bit of lateral space here that you can put a new battery in, and it kind of looks like with how this was injection molded, like they were intending on putting in a much larger battery.
Yeah.
So
It's like one of those things where they probably just maybe ran out of time, ran out of budget for it. I don't know what. And at the last minute, they're like,
I
or they
do,
just needed to source a bunch of batteries and they're like, hey, we're just going to do this.
yeah.
People probably won't care, you know?
Yeah, so
And guess what? People do care. I care.
people do care. This is only a two-pin battery as well. I should throw that out there. Uh, what that means is that it tracks the voltage as it drains to show your battery life instead of having an onboard controller like a lot of things do nowadays. So just throwing that out there. Just FYI. Let's see here.
Yeah.
This is a really standard Anbernic design, but it kind of seems to me like whoever designs their boards, they maybe got a new person on it because this is
Hmm.
much cleaner than their 552 design, which is still today one of the most busy boards I've ever seen in my entire life. The 552, I mean. So I'm gonna zoom in here.
Yeah, we need to see more of that because that is all gobbledygook to me. So what are we looking at here?
So I'll point out a couple things.
Yeah, show me the deets, the highlights.
All right, so right here are the joystick controller boards for the analog sticks, right? These two things.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
again, this is a really standard Anbernic design with the TF cards, the SD cards at the bottom. And then
Yeah.
this right here, these red and blacks, these are the audio cables. This is kind of squunched in here. I'm a little disappointed with this, but again, it's a fairly standard design for them. Shoulder limit switches, as usual. Single clicks, nothing analog about it, just on off. That's fine. Then we have our ports that are up here at the top. I am curious. Nope. Okay, so on the 552, this is a plate right here that you kind of take off with the motherboard, right? This plate, but with this, you're going to kind of have to take the board out. You're going to have to take it out of the bottom first and then pull it out.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
up like this and then out. So where my owls at? Who who?
Where my owl was at. I know. I have to just spur on the chat.
And then
Where my owl was at.
this is where the antenna is over here for the Wi-Fi,
Uh-huh.
which we got to be real careful with taking that off.
Right. You learned that before when
Yeah,
you
with
were
the Odin,
taking
yeah.
apart, what was it, your Odin?
Yeah. I managed to micro solder it back on though with my expensive ass machine, but man, it was a
You
pain.
would. Yeah, I knew it's no big deal.
No, it was a
You
big
got
deal.
your
It was a pain. It was a problem.
fine, but you made it look effortless. Now, why do they put the CPU like at an angle like that? Like why is it not straight and square like the other chips?
For this,
It's like,
probably if you
is it
look,
to look cool? Is it to look neat?
it's
It's
probably to
so
get these
edgy,
these
like a
traces
Pentium
straight
chip.
off like this to
I
fit
see.
in some of this other stuff to modulate and regulate the voltage, the electricity in and out of the chip. Because even if you turn this even just slightly, right, so it was squared with the rest of it, these traces would all have to go out and do a 90-degree angle turn.
Ah,
You feel me?
but it's not like but OCD. I don't know if I can go to sleep tonight
No,
knowing that
I know, I
my chip is slanted like this. So,
know.
okay. All right. It's fine. It's
It's fine. It's
what do
fine.
I
It's
know? It's
fine.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. All
Uh,
right.
and
So,
then this right here is the ribbon cable for the screen,
oh, yeah,
right there.
that's important. And I
That
wonder
is
if that's the
important.
same ribbon cable you'd find in a Vita. How far does the Vita go in this device? Does it stop at the screen? Does it go all the way to the board? Does it go deeper?
It looks like two. So this is the rumble motor right here. We've seen this type of rumble. This is almost the exact same type of rumble motor that's in the Odin underneath the plate.
Uh-huh.
So let's see here. What are you? Sorry, I gotta
All right,
get a
what's
little
next?
closer here. Hynix. Yeah. So
Wasn't wasn't your matte blue before?
yeah, I figured this gray one would look a little bit better with the blue console.
You, you have two mattes?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All
That's
right.
that's crazy. That's the crazy thing.
I'm caught off guard by it. It's fine.
All right, so we're gonna pull the analog sticks here. All right, and make sure that you undo your clips on the ribbon cables because that will, as Stubbs can tell you, that will mess up your day.
It'll hurt you. Yeah, it'll hurt your day, make you cry.
Did you
I
cry?
already, not today yet. The
Matt
day is
Chad.
still young.
Matt Chad.
Yeah.
Matt Chad. That's hilarious. These come out real easy, by the way. These are 2 screws per analog stick.
Okay.
Nothing schmancy and a ribbon cable. These always come out real easy on Anbernic devices. So as far as repairability, 10 out of 10 on those. Because you just have to
Yeah.
take the back plate off and 2
Yeah,
screws
it's
per
nice.
stick.
It's nice that you don't need to take all these different components off to get to what you need
Right.
to get
And
to.
well, if you had a bad speaker, you could just take these out and replace the speaker.
And you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one benefit, I suppose, of having such a damn big shell with so much space.
There we go. Sorry, I have it on autofocus because I keep wiggling around. I'm not sure about these speakers. I don't really want to take them out.
That's fine.
So get a little wiggle here.
Nate asks where a hypothetical touchscreen connector might be.
I mean, it should be connected.
Just put the screen connector there.
Yeah, I mean, it should be here.
Yeah.
Touchscreen should
Have
work.
have we proven though that touchscreen does work? Has
No,
anybody?
but for some reason the Linux nerds they don't care about touchscreen because emulation station and stuff is so good. It's not designed for
Yeah,
touchscreen
and there's
interchange.
no point. Well, unless like Nintendo DS emulation, which by the way is not bad on this thing.
What is it?
I was
Does
playing.
it use the touchscreen? It doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't currently, but use the right stick to control the stylus. But I
Make
was playing a
sure
little Ben 10.
make sure on your speakers.
Uh-huh.
Make sure on your speakers. I'm going to zoom out just a touch here. To be real careful with taking these out. Just kind of wiggle them out back and forth. Sorry, it's slow, but it's better than breaking it, because it's only 2 teeny tiny, like 24 gauge wires. So they tiny. Just wiggle them out. There we go.
I will take that note to the highest levels of Congress. Okay. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. We got a lot of screws in here for the motherboard. So we'll start with the brass almost grommeted screws just to make sure.
You do whatever you want. I'm just here for the party.
You're here for the party, for the fiesta.
Yeah, I'm just here to have friend time, really. Like
Just here to hang out.
I know we got to do like these streams and whatnot, whatever, but like
But like,
I just like catching up, man.
yeah.
Just like hanging. If I got to buy 10 handhelds a month to do it, sure. Cheap price to pay for friendship.
Right. I do like to a little bit for the teardown specifically. This recessed screen, I'm not worried about rubbing it on my mat and like having any micro pieces of solder scratch the screen or anything like that might be left over. So that's nice.
It does.
That's a consistent problem in my life, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's a pain in the butt.
Well, I'm sure there's solutions.
There is.
Nate.
Just be clean. Don't be an animal.
Yeah, I know. I try to keep my environment as sterilely clean as possible to a fault, but then I'm
Question
like,
then, still on the fence about getting an Odin. Which model would you guys recommend? Uh,
oh,
if you're
well,
streaming, if you're streaming games to it, get the light. If not, just go for the base or pro.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, and we haven't played with the light ourselves yet. We do have them on the way, pretty quick
Yeah.
here,
Here,
but
let me pull my transparent black yet out. I
oh,
haven't
I
shown
haven't
it off
seen
on the
that
live
yet.
stream yet.
We're
Oh
gonna
no,
see
it's
Thor's
dirty.
transparent black. You were just talking about cleanliness.
I know, but it's all
What the
smudgy.
hell?
It's all smudgy. Don't judge me. Don't. Only God can judge me.
Hold on, there's a few comments I have to read. No thanks says, I like to imagine Thor and Stubbs personally hate each other but stay together for the owls.
Like Bob and Tom. Like,
Stay together for the kids and the owls. And then Nate the Great says, see, buying the RGB20S got you more friendship time. Perfectly good reason. You know what, Nate?
yes.
So Nate definitely peer pressured me a little bit
Hmm.
into getting the RGB20S merely by showing me a picture of it. Um, and I don't care. I'm here for it. You know, as I posted in the community chat the other day, like, yeah, it's a Tiger face handheld with double joysticks, and it looks like the 351V
Did you get the
from
orange one?
hell. I got the white one
So did
because
I.
you
Yeah.
know me, but like I really almost wanted to get the orange one. I know Turtle definitely is getting the orange one if he
Oh, I
gets
see.
one because he's all about that orange life.
And to comment on the "Are we friends" thing, I'm actually the godfather for Stubbs' kid.
He
So,
is.
no,
We friends.
we're really good friends. So,
We tight.
all right, there's my
We've had our.
transparent black.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's sexy. I'm into it.
she is.
This
Now Thor and
is.
I
I know this is a 503 stream, but I'm happier with this handheld than basically any technology except
anything.
for my new camera that I've ever bought.
It hurts my soul that you don't have a screen protector on your Odin.
Nope, never.
See, now Thor and I are usually friends. We have our quarrels like any married couple. And one of the
Like
main
any
things is
married couple.
the screen protector is a consistent thing, and I'm like, uh, okay. And that's
Oh
called
wow,
unconditional love. But I'm
it
annoyed,
is.
a little bit. I'm annoyed.
The
Um,
Wi-Fi connector came off real easy, so that was nice.
oh, yeah, it did.
But yeah, we disagree on a few things. He's obsessed with OLED.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not.
That's why the 503, you'd think that I would be just over the moon about it. Something about it doesn't bring me complete joy, I'll be honest. On paper, it would be a way better handheld that I would love normally, but in
But
execution, something doesn't pull together in quite the right way to be like, oh my god, when you got the RP2 Plus in your hands for the first time, and you're like, something about this is fucking special.
see, this is
Um,
why having these numberings right here is really important because this
yeah,
screw that just came out of this hole is a completely different screw than the
different
rest of these.
size,
Yeah,
even though
completely.
to my eyes it looks completely the same as
No,
the
it is
rest.
absolutely, it's so much shorter. And
And
I
then,
imagine
the
this guy
first
right
time
here next to it is going to be the same deal.
it'll
Yes,
be
so
the
much
same thing.
shorter.
I know. And then,
Ugh.
the
Anbernic.
Odin as well was a special handheld. The 503, I got it out and I felt it and I went, uh, oh,
Oh, we
let's
got
turn it on. All right.
one more right
Screen
here.
looks beautiful. It's crisp. It's those deep blacks. It's that Vita 1000 screen that you know and love. Um, but it's opened up to complete emulation. Player hacked Vita, sure. I think this might be more powerful than that. I'm not gonna say that as an outright fact, but
All right, motherboard's out.
motherboard's out.
Motherboard's out.
But there's some
So,
X factor that it is missing,
so
and
you
I'll come
see that
back to this at the end.
we'll get this focused in, and I'll do a little shit talk or lightning round here on this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we need.
Okay, let's zoom in, shall we?
Yeah, What's what we got here?
Do y'all see?
Is that the Illuminati symbol?
There we go. This mess of capacitors and resistors on the back here. This. This shit does not. It doesn't need to be this way. Okay. It really doesn't. This is a lot. I understand that they're trying to lower the amount of layers that they have in the motherboard and blah 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 blah. And without getting too technical, I'm just saying this right here is an avoidable situation for it to be this busy and weird because all of these capacitors are right behind the screen here, right?
So you telling me they thought nobody was going to take that out and look at their backside of their
But dude,
PCB?
it's the same way with the 552. Like it literally to me
Okay.
looks like one person designed this side, right?
Uh-huh.
And another
Sure.
person designed this side. Yeah.
And the two people never spoke to each other.
Yeah, like it well, I'm honestly, it's like this was the first designer. Like they went through this and then when they decided on the chip, they did
Uh-huh.
this, right? Nate the Great
So
looks
it
like they
was
grabbed a handful of capacitors and a hot glue gun. Yeah. Yeah, the bus lines are it's
um,
great. Like this is a really great design on this side. See how everything's organized,
sure,
and
yeah.
it looks like well thought
Oh,
out.
I see. I see. Yeah, it is very like yeah,
It's
everything's very
legitimately like
purposeful.
two different people designed this.
Okay, I get it. And this side is like random, like it's like Sim
Yeah, like
City
it's
when like you
clustered.
send Godzilla
Yeah.
through to just
Right.
destroy
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just a cluster like an Eastern Seaboard American city. Like it just doesn't make any fucking sense, you know?
That's our two.
Yeah.
That's our third fuck. I just said our fourth fuck. Fuck,
Uh,
that's our fifth fuck. I think we get like 10 fucks per video now
is that what it is?
before we get called out. I think
Oh,
it's like
okay.
10's the limit.
Wow. Anyway, so this is a really good design right here. Meh.
Uh,
What is oh
uh,
what is the old Anbernic handheld that looks similar to it? If you open up the 552, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just
uh,
it's a mess.
and then regarding the RGB20S from Pow Kitty, Nate the Great says they ruined the ergonomics so it would look more like a tiger. I have mad respect for that.
You'll see too, and this is the last little electrical engineering nerd thing I'm going to talk about, but they have
Okay.
like some test pads and things like that around here. Try to get this refocused. These little where it says TP, right? TP 26, blah 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 blah, right? And so they're kind of all over the place, so you can test sections, and then you you look at the back, and they're all clustered right here, just in one spot. There's a
Jesus.
couple here and there, but I mean this is the TP cluster, so test bed cluster. Yeah, it just needs some custom firmware, I think.
I don't think custom firmware is going to fix the cluster fuck happening.
Right, but
That's my
it
ninth
it
fuck.
works.
Ah, there's
Just
10.
not a it's just not an elegant
Can we,
design on the
can we
back.
get a fuck
This side
counter
is
on here?
great
Yeah.
right here. This is fantastic. I like this. This side, hmm. So, all right, continuing on. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah.
All
What
right,
else we got?
got a bunch of buttons and switches and stuff. So here are your start and select switches. The buttons, I'm sorry,
Weird
not the
chart.
switches. Oh,
Okay.
dang it. I dropped something.
Do you have like a
And then these are
compressed
the
air?
function and reset. What's that?
Compressed air to get rid of all the little bluffs that they left in that they're falling out onto your mat there?
No.
All the schmaltz. Okay. Oh, that's better.
No, that's
No.
I've that's just
Oh God.
Schmitz.
Shavings and
Yeah, that's gonna be there.
20,
So
24 block. Welcome to the chat. J Lash, hello.
that's gonna be there. Nil said Anbernic wins 600 first look promising. I'm more excited about that than the Steam Deck if they nail the price. Yeah, if they nail the price. That's the big if, because they have not nailed much in the way of pricing lately,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, they haven't quite gotten it. Now, let me tell you who has gotten it, Miu and Retroid. They're both competitive for pricing versus performance, man. Uh,
There we go.
Knocking it out of the park these last few releases. Now, Anbernic has been overshooting just like GPD has with these outrageous prices, and the premium, I guess, comes in the fact that they think that they're top dogs of the brands in the scene. And for a while they were, but honestly, dude, they got to step it up with AYN here in town. Dude, new sheriff's in town, all right? Uh, Retroid
Whoa.
bringing it in at that $100 price point. We
We've got a weird one
we
here. You
need
ready?
to. Okay, well, tell me what's up.
You keep ranting about prices. All right, so this whole thing right here, this is a plate for the screen. It's an actual injection molded plate.
Why?
No clue. Let's find out, shall we?
And yeah, Nate, dude, yeah, the Steam Deck pricing exactly. Like that's nuts. The RDNA 2 for the price point, it's really good. So a lot of these companies, and Bernick is not looking so hot with the 552 and now the 503, which I think after the promo pricing is done, what does this thing even cost now? It's like $160, $170. That's too much. Not for what you're getting. It's too much.
So this plate was here to protect this ribbon cable, it looks like.
So that whole plate just to protect that ribbon cable.
Yeah.
But that's got to be an important ribbon cable, right?
Yeah, I mean this, it's a ribbon cable. Of course it is.
All right. Well,
So,
looks like they can double as a hard drive caddy too, if you want. If you're done
I don't
playing
I
your
don't know what
games.
this is right here. That's a bunch
Oh,
of
503 is 150. Okay. All
that's a
right.
that's a
Still,
bunch
yeah.
of pads to solder to, so that may be some kind of extension something or other for it.
Hmm.
All
Oh.
right, let's take these
And
membranes
Garrett,
off, and that should be basically it for the teardown. I'll zoom out
tear
here in
down.
a
Now
sec.
we'll put it back together. Yeah, Garrett's asking, has Anbernic lost their mojo? They haven't lost their mojo, but they're starting to lose their way,
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah,
There's still time. I think what they need to do is just be confidently themselves and just do what they think is awesome, and not try to sort of, it's because it seems to me that they're chasing, that they're seeing the
right.
competition and that they're chasing the competition and they're always lagging a little bit behind now. That's what it feels like. I don't know if I'm right here, but what they were doing before was just very confident. They released these top tier products with a big focus on hardware. Um,
On the build
they got
quality, at least, yeah.
and the build quality, yeah, exactly. With the really top notch build quality, the chips in Anbernic handhelds have always been behind the times. They get these giant chips for wholesale, so they just release handheld after handheld with them. But at least they're good handhelds. Unfortunately, now we're getting these like better chips finally, which is cool,
Hmm.
with these not so great shells and not so great build quality. That sucks. Um,
Well,
so there's still time to turn the ship around. Let's see
what
how they do.
what I think happened was they rested on their 3326 laurels too long and let the Steam Deck and the Odin and a couple other things get in their market share way, you know?
Right.
So I get it.
Yeah.
The 3326 was a really easy target, and it still is for Powkitty, right? They just
Yeah.
released the 20S that we have ordered and we were talking about.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That damn RGB20S. We'll see. That thing could actually be good. We don't know yet. Now, a lot of people are like, well, what's the point of even ordering these or playing on these other handhelds when you have the Odin, the Steam Deck, the RPG Plus? Well, as far as the Steam Deck goes, the thing is freaking big, man.
yeah.
It tires my hands to play it often. I love
Well,
it. It's cool, but I'm still searching for that perfect smaller size device.
and I'm
Two
going to go ahead
plus,
and re-pull it out here
you
again.
know.
This is the
hmm
Odin. It's significantly bigger than a device like this, right?
And the Odin itself is even, yeah, a little big. It's not really a
It's not.
pocketable device.
The 503 will definitely fit in your pocket. The
It
Miu
will, and it
Mini
has.
will fit in the pocket, But the screen on the 503 is literally bigger than the entire Miu Mini, right?
It is. It's that nice, big, cozy OLED, beautiful screen. And the 503 does fit in the pocket. I've been carrying it in my pocket as I go on, chores and errands and all that this last week or so. Played it outside. One thing I will say when we turn it on, you'll note is that it doesn't get super bright, nor does it get super dim. So
Right.
unfortunately, it's not great to play outside, and it's also not great to play in bed. It's like a good like midday device, is how I've seen it.
So
It's good if you go to the store if you're waiting for your wife to come back to the car because you're like, I'm gonna stay in the car, watch the baby, and I'll play my handheld. I'm fine.
nice use case, bro.
Great use case. That is my use case for gaming a lot
Yeah.
lately. So I fit in 5, 10, sometimes 30 minutes of something. Like I said, I was playing Sonic 2 on this, and I was actually loving it. It's a great device for Dreamcast. Dreamcast performance is 60 FPS in most cases from my testing, and the buttons is great for Dreamcast. Just an unfortunate placement of that damn reset button
Quick
where I
side
lose all my
note for
progress.
people that like to tinker, like if anybody tries to replace the buttons on this or anything like that, all of these screws in almost all of these devices are self-tappers, okay? They're not grommeted, they don't have a brass
Okay.
insert. The Odin has a couple things that are nice like that, but the vast majority of these are self-tapping. So do not over tighten, you will strip it out. Just a heads up.
That's good to know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've stripped many screws in my day and broken them in half.
Yep.
So listen to what Thor has to say about screws. He's not lying. He knows his shit. Um, yeah, Nate says there's Jay Lash and Nate both pointed out that Fostinator from Good Enough for Me,
Yeah.
shout out Good Enough for Me, check out his YouTube channel, is selling his 503 for like $100 in our marketplace in RH. So yeah, that is up currently. That's a great price for the device, I think. At $100, I think the thing's a steal. Um,
Are these all the same?
you were saying that they were all a little, or some of them were different.
Well, they usually are in Anbernic devices. Can I actually put the A on the bottom?
Oh, why not? Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the buttons. Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Because usually they're different.
Well, I know that you like to have your swapped
Oh,
placement. Oh, did you just improve
Nani?
it?
Yes. Oh,
Everybody round of hoots. Where my owls at?
hoot
Round
hoot.
round of hoots for Thor. He just made it like one notch better.
Oh man.
Now Michael asked a great
Oh,
question. You loving it?
dude.
He's
What
loving
the
it.
what?
You did it.
The Asia layout is no more.
Thanks, Acorns. Acorns, I got your movie posters. I got to put those up. Thanks for giving me the dimensions of those. I'm excited for that. Thanks, Faust. Hoot hoot, right back at you. Yeah, the RH Owl Clan that is in full swing. Maybe we started a
Owl
cult. Maybe we
Clan.
didn't.
There you
You
go.
got to join the Patreon or the premium
ABXY.
sub to find out what the hell we're talking about.
ABXY. Can you believe that? Finally.
Hey, man, there you go. You've done it. So here's a
Little
point in
custom
favor of the
mod for you
device.
there.
Yeah, you and Russ are both very particular about your face button. I could care less. I'm like, I don't care what they say on them because I'll just swap them around in RetroArch or
Yeah.
whatever.
I guarantee you Russ is gonna watch this and then I'm gonna get a DM later on and be like, no.
You did it. The golden age of peace is upon
And
us.
then he'll have to completely remake a video.
Garrett, he will. Garrett says the 503 looks like a Powkitty clone of an Anbernic device. That is
It
so
kind
funny.
yeah, that's not you're not wrong.
It's a good. You're not wrong because
Especially
it's
considering
not.
the design aesthetic of the 10 Max and the 10
Yeah,
Max 2. Absolutely. I would agree with that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Maybe after this video is over, somebody will jump on that marketplace deal because for $100, it's good. Faust says the first rule of Owl Cult is I don't
Tell
know.
everybody
We have
about
to make
alcohol.
we tell everyone about it. Yeah, just join the owls. Um, I mean, they're making love outside right now in Thor's backyard.
I haven't heard hoo hoo for a couple days, thank God.
Well, yeah,
So,
because they're all in the patron channel now.
so this volume button is a custom volume button right here. It's kind of wedged. Make sure you have your volume rocker, the plus, set to the top because it kind of butts out. It's an odd shape if you take it apart and put it back together. And it looks like the power button is the same way. This is the worst part about putting an Anbernic device back together is getting the motherboard back in on all the buttons. It's the worst.
Yeah. Um,
I'm gonna get the
just do
tweezers
it
out.
carefully.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the tweezers out for this bullshit.
Take your time.
Take
It's
your
not worth
time.
it's not worth an accident. Um, for getting it done fast.
I
Look
basically can guarantee you that this isn't gonna work the first time.
look both ways before crossing the street. Get an adult if you feel unsafe. Wait, am I parenting right now or we're on a live stream.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're on a live stream.
So you're gonna put this thing back together and we're gonna see if it works, and then we're going to like play some games and just be total nerds. Is that what that's what I'm hearing is gonna happen
Yes,
next?
yes. After this, we will boot up some games. I promise.
I saw that Twisted Metal 2 is sitting pretty on this thing.
It was, yes.
So that'll be neat. And Suikoden. And what else we got? I think I saw Medal of Honor. Because, by the way, this thing plays PlayStation pretty decently. Uh, Dreamcast. PSP. No.
No.
No. I know. It plays 2D PSP pretty well, like Mega Man
Meh.
or something. But Tekken, not so hot. Outrun, not so hot.
All right, I've got the buttons in
God of
place.
War. God of War, not a
No,
chance in hell.
no fucking.
No. No. Which is silly that we're saying this after we've covered things like the 2 Plus for $100 and the Odin. The Odin is like, okay, I get it. But the 2 Plus
If you're buying this,
at
you're buying
$100
it for the
bucks.
OLED. That's
Yeah.
why you're buying it, which is understandable. People love OLED. Stubbs.
Yeah, you're paying a $50 upcharge for the OLED, which I am okay with. Well, I got it at the promo pricing, but it's a tough one, man. I don't know if it's worth 50 extra bucks for the OLED screen. I don't think so.
Fell out. And
That's always
by
the
the way, there's
battle when
not really a putting these buttons in after you put the motherboard in. That's not really a thing. So,
yeah, you got to be careful with those. Jay Lash recommended maybe taping the buttons to the side as you're going. That's probably a good way to go.
yeah,
This is
you could probably tape them from the outside so you get them to
Yeah,
stick to the surface.
this is the classic issue with when opening an Anbernic is that these little buttons are always falling all over the place and it's hard to keep them intact. I only open things if I am in a dire situation, I have to have internal Wi-Fi, and even then I'll probably send it to Thor to help me out with because I just don't trust myself. I will break it. It'll be a terrible time for everybody.
Yeah, that button immediately came out again. Yeah, I'll
Tape?
be right back. I'm gonna grab some tape.
Okay. All right. I'll chit chat with Jay to the
BRB.
bell. So John, yeah, Saturn on the 503. I'm not sure. That's one I haven't played. I'm gonna boot up now and sort of see how it's feeling. On the 2 Plus, that was such a revelation that Saturn worked like flawlessly. We had a lot of testers going in and finding that pretty much every Saturn game plays full speed, which was awesome. For $100, yeah, man, that was surprisingly cool. So let's see. Now I only have the stock games that come on the SD card in here, so actually I might have to load on a Saturn game. legally backed up ROM from my collection. We got 64, we got Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, blah, 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 DS, Master System, Mega Drive, Game Gear, Dreamcast, Neo Geo Pocket, PlayStation, PSP. Actually, there's no Saturn that come on the SD card by default. Or is there even a Saturn emulator in the OS? Speaking of OSs, there are some other options for the 503. If I remember right, I think Gel OS is one of them. And if anyone in chat knows the benefits to that, I haven't looked up much about it myself. I would love to evaluate and see what else we can get on here besides the stock emulation station. As well as Android. I really, really want to see Android on here and see if the touchscreen works. I really do. It's up to Thor, Seraph, No Time to Date. One of you Lineage devs, come on. OLED screen, it's craving Android. It wants Android. Can you imagine with the OLED screen playing some nice, I don't know, Stardew Valley, playing some Open Morrowind? People say, okay, yeah, well, I got that on my phone, like with OLED screens, AM OLED screens at that. Yeah, but you don't have this quaint little handheld feel. And the thing does have nice ergonomics. That's what I'm going to say. 503 has nice ergonomics. It's something that I haven't found myself cramping up with, which is just notorious for me. So I got to give it points for that. I know. Jade of the Bell, sad trombone. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, Jlash, if we could get the 2 Plus with a 5-inch screen, which, by the way, I am pretty sure that's what the RP3 is going to be, is a 2 Plus with a 5-inch screen. I'm cool with that. Like, whatever. Give it to us for 120 bucks. Game over. And while they're at it, hopefully a little bit better screen. Dude, what if the RP3 had that 2 Plus chip, but it had an OLED screen in it? Wouldn't that just be perfect for 120 bucks? And they released it in a bunch of colors, and they re-released the fantastic colors. I'd be very excited. Like grape, the orange. Like give us some like nasty options too. Like give us a really just a dirtier Miu Mini look with even nastier grays. Yeah, the Wii U. The Wii U tablet definitely kind of gives you that vibe, or the PAP K3, like Jay Lash was saying. Definitely kind of feels that way. I've never had a PAP before. The thing looks atrocious. Unfortunately, so does this. The 503 looks atrocious to the eyeball. I was trying to build the thumbnail for this live stream today, and I just couldn't get a good picture on Google. I was going to take a custom one just to get a good angle, but I really wanted to feature the blue because the gray is just disgusting looking.
What are you talking about?
It's just not an attractive hand. I'm talking about the 503's aesthetic. It's not an attractive handheld.
No, it's not.
So we couldn't make it look that good in our thumbnail for the video. So Thor pizzazzed the fonts and all that, but the picture I got for it was the best I could do.
Zaz.
Yeah, and we're talking about our Dream RP3, by the way. We're talking about like 120 to 160 bucks to get a 5-inch OLED with the 2 Plus chip in it, because that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
With the proper right analog stick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that'd be cool. So.
All right, we got some Kapton tape going on here. That should take care of us.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the heads up. I wouldn't have thought of that until later. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, while you're doing this, I'm gonna figure out how to load on a Saturn ROM, because people want to see some Saturn, and I am as well would like to see. I don't know if Russ covered that in his video. It's like I hate to retread if there's content out there people can look up, but we will see. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, Russ tested some Saturn in his review.
Good.
I was going to ask, is there even a Saturn emulator in the OS, an emulation station? There's got to be. Looks like he was trying Daytona.
Mm.
For
Yeah,
whatever reason, so this is
I'm not terribly in love with the quality of this shell. So
yeah, me neither. It doesn't feel even as good as the 552, which is weird because it's like the same plastic. It's just
yeah,
uh, something lacking. Well, what's funny though is that it has that 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, but Russ was mentioning how streaming actually is not that great on it.
and that's probably because the chip.
Yeah, and so maybe how can you compensate for that if you have just a top tier home network?
Yeah,
Well, does that
that's
help at
about
all,
it.
you think?
It's if it's having issues uh, decoding the actual video stream, which is what I imagine it
Hmm.
is,
Yeah.
then no, there's not really a fix for that.
And I also want to talk about the speakers too. The speakers sound pretty damn good.
Because they're
Um,
they're dual speakers,
it-
you know.
they are dual speakers. They get nice and loud. The bass is not that great though. The bass is not heavy, so it's a very, very, very trebly, high end kind of sound, which I am not a super fan of. I definitely prefer the Odin speakers. I prefer the Steam Deck speakers. Now these are top tier devices that I'm comparing to. Um,
Yeah, you
I
can't
can't
really
exactly
compare those to the
remember.
Steam Deck speakers, man. You know,
No, 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 no.
that's not
I gotta compare
that's
to the.
not fair. That's not
I
fair.
gotta. I gotta compare to the 552, which I actually need to boot my 552 up to do a live comparison because I just can't remember what those speakers sound like. I got a 552 in, by the way, the other day. I immediately bricked it. I just right off the bat,
Try
I
to
went to go
install
reset.
Seraphs.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to install Seraph stuff. I just went to reset it from the previous owner because it came with Seraph's Pi image, and it immediately doing that function for whatever reason just soft bricked it. You can't boot it up. It just gets stuck in the Anbernic screen. So I need to go reach out to Seraph or anybody who's smart at lineage stuff, like maybe Thor, like you, right, on the podcast with me, and we
Thor,
can, you know,
I I bricked my shit. Can you fix it, please?
well, just wondering if you can unfuck me. I know that's my 11th fuck in the live stream, and I'm sorry, but
You're not
I'm not
sorry.
sorry, so I don't care.
You're not sorry at all.
Not, not at all.
There we go. All right, so we're gonna reattach the Wi-Fi connector real quick here. It's right there. Come on, focus.
I also want to call Russ out for having something called the Hot Takes Lightning Round at the end of his video. Does that sound familiar?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to have him on here and call him out. But guess what,
He's coming
everybody?
on the
We are going to
21st.
have him on.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
we are going
say.
to have him on here like 2 weeks from now. So we're going to do a proper Russ episode.
Yeah. All right, let's put it back together.
Russ, why do you have the lightning round when we have the lightning round? Come on. Actually, I really liked what he did
Right.
that, where he just gives a bunch of hot takes in rapid succession.
I mean, that's
Okay, so I'm
preferable,
trying
right?
to. Oh, yeah. 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 We just kind of meander through our thoughts and just force people to listen.
Yes.
Recently, I've started cutting out more of our dead space and silence because I'm like, eh. And then I noticed it kind of ruins the flow a little bit. Like the pauses are part of the content, and so I'm starting to
Yeah, because
undo
like,
that.
well, for instance, we recently lost about 30 minutes off of our most recent episode, right?
No big deal. Yeah.
And there was a certain placenta-based joke that was
Well,
cut
you're gonna
out
bring this up.
because, yeah, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
bring
bring
this
this
up.
up.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. Like, what are you doing? And that was particularly hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't even know how that joke came up. For some reason, we talking about Mother's Day, and we had our guest was Tech Summit, and I'm for some reason brought up a joke that was referring to pulling like saving the placenta from my own birth and then giving it back to my mom on
Yeah,
Mother's Day.
you dug it up or something like that. I don't know.
Like is this nostalgic to you, like a Game Boy? Remember this? And Thor immediately was like, "We're ending the episode."
Yes.
It's like, you're done now. And I'm like, what? I'm weird. What do you want me to say? I live in Portland, Oregon. Like, what else is there to say about that? That's just part of my life here. So glad we brought the placentas back. We're all about placentas and owls around here.
Well, I mean,
That's our main thing. Oh, and handhelds
I
and
wanted
like
to make sure
handhelds.
that you got your placenta talk in, in a public forum.
I'm glad that you gave me the opportunity. I was happy
That's
to cut
friendship.
that and then never have it surface for anybody.
You may have
But
been,
I'm
but I
glad
wasn't.
now. I'm now glad that we got a chance to go over that again. Um, we also missed a conversation about tacos, Taco Bell, our favorite kind of tacos. Um, and like, I don't know, like murder. Talked
Yeah,
a little bit on like
some murder.
like murder techniques and all
All right.
that. So,
Always check your buttons, ladies and
mm-hmm.
gentlemen. Mostly gentlemen.
Jay Lash, that's something my aunt did. She kept onto placentas. Nate, lawyer up against Russ for copyright infringement. Nah,
Lawyer up. We lawyer up against Russ, one of our best RH friends.
we love our Russ.
We literally have a private DM with him just to talk about stuff called Retro Game Friends. So
Yeah, just you gotta you gotta do those. You gotta give those hot takes when you have them. Mr. Faust. Apparently, I said 13 swears. Oh my goodness.
well, I'll be over here clutching my pearls.
Jason Shelley says Moonlight actually worked great for me on the 503. That's good
Oh,
to
that's
know,
good. That's
actually.
good.
So I have not tested out streaming myself, so that's something that I want to do.
I'm curious about the codec that
We'll
the
see.
various things use because that might be part of the issue
Yeah,
for
it
the
could
video
easily be
decoding
software related.
or audio even.
Well, I need to look up Gel. So GelOS is something that's coming.
I think it's just jealous. Like that's the whole point.
Jealous.
You jelly.
Oh, I was thinking of like
Jealous.
Jello, like a Jello. Yes.
Did I put this on backwards? I totally put this on backwards. Dummy.
I need to figure out what that's all about and have smart words to say about it.
Just make fun of me.
Oh,
Make fun
hey,
of me
Opus.
right now for putting on stuff back.
You're fine, Thor. I'm not going to break your balls. You know what I'm going to break your balls about?
What?
Is
The length of my
is
fingernail?
where
I know.
no,
What?
where you promised months ago that you were going to list out all of your
Oh,
awesome retro
oh
goodies
my
that you were going to sell
God.
in your house, like
You're
your piles of retro gravy goodness,
uh-huh.
and everyone's hot in their heels, like waiting, like when are you going to post it to Marketplace? When are you going to post it to Marketplace?
I know.
And I was asked to bug you about that and break your balls. So this is
Okay.
me breaking your
So
balls. Please post it because I'm interested too. I'm like kind of collecting some stuff again for
Faust. Boom.
physical retro. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. For reals, it's been in my living room for that entire time, just staring at me and judging me. So, my darling wife, who I love and adore, literally yesterday went, okay, so you're not going to do this on your own. So this weekend we're going to sit down and I want to help you price all this stuff. So
There you go. Yes. Thank you, Sarah. Opus says looks less like a Dove soap bar from this angle.
yeah,
Yeah. Good. That is a hot take, Opus, and I am all about it. Exactly.
there we go. All right, that's in. At least I think that's
Faust, move your shit or I will. That is so true.
in.
So Jay the Bell was saying that he looked into the Saturn emulation from Russ's video,
Yeah,
and that turns out it's just not great.
it's
It's
just
just
not
not.
great. Yeah.
It's not good. Not only is Saturn performance bad, but hotkeys don't work,
Oh,
and Russ says you have to reset the whole handheld when you're done with the game.
so there's no
Uh,
like the modern Java Sanchiro whatever that's working on this then.
I swear though that there's a hotkey Oh, hotkey doesn't work. Okay. I was like, there's got to be an override that you can do. So if you got to do a whole reset when you're done with a Saturn game, that just sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. All right,
And there's a weird
I might
what?
have to put this ribbon cable in off camera. Sorry, team, because
That's fine.
it's really
You do
awkward.
you. You do you, because I have plenty of more
All right.
rants inside me. So I ran into a weird glitch that I don't know if it's been reported on the 503. For PSP, it has an audio glitch where when you're done with PSP, and even during PSP, if you hit volume up and volume down, it immediately starts at 50% volume. And when you hit down, it goes from 50% to 0%. So there is no like 0 to 50% uh, steps. It starts right at 50%, and then you can go up to 100%. When you
Hmm.
get out of PSP, that bug sticks in the system, so you have to do a reboot to stop that from happening. And it's really annoying, especially when you have a sleeping baby and you're just wanting to get a couple minutes of game time in, but you have a damn handheld screaming at you, and you're like, Mega Man, stop screaming right now. And then your baby's awake, and then you're screaming, your baby's screaming, your wife's screaming, the
Right.
handheld's screaming, everybody's screaming. I'm screaming for ice cream. We go out for ice cream, and we have a great rest of the day. But I'm still butthurt about the damn 50% PSP bug. Fix it. We need better software. And Bernick, why are you shipping this non-QC garbage with your handhelds? Stop leaving it up to the community to fix your shit. Stop it. Stop it. This is something I should be saying to Pow Kitty, but I'm saying it to you.
You tell
One of
him,
my
Stubbs.
original loves, Anbernic. Why?
You tell
Yeah. Why don't you take a little note from Retroid? Why don't you take a little note from AYN?
him.
By the way, AYN and Retroid basically have the same exact people making their sound. Well, there's neither here nor there, and that's not even a conspiracy theory anymore. That's just a fucking fact.
Yeah.
There's my 14th fuck.
There you go.
15th.
See, I'm not even the guilty one this time,
I know.
All right,
Sounds like
so
something from a dream.
that's all working. This should be good to go. We'll find out. The only thing I'm concerned about is because these such tight spaces is making sure that the analog sticks are in. So I'm gonna clip on but not screw in, turn on, and make sure the analog sticks work.
Okay, that sounds good. Broke. Opus says RG stands for ROM gnome. Oh God, no.
ROM Gnome
J Lash.
503.
Thor, your wife. Great. Your game book club has a YouTube channel.
All right.
It's gonna be a gold
So
rush
we're
when you finally
clipped.
post all your stuff. Yeah.
Put everything back in here.
Nate, every time someone mentions AWAN and Retroid are the same, they start to vehemently deny it. Yeah, I know they have to for some reason. It's like this huge no hush hush thing, but like,
That
come on,
nobody
just
fucking cares about at all.
come on. Who cares
There we go.
anymore? Who cares? Who cares if you buy your software from the same place or the same person? Whatever. Or you build it. Whatever it is. But I don't want to throw any shade because I think they're doing a great job. I think they are just rocking it in their software department. I am willing to give them all the patience in the world and slow OTA updates, whatever. Like they're trying. And that is, you saw where they started with the original Retroid OS, right? Like that was
Uh-oh.
okay. That was okay, and
Uh-oh.
some people liked it. I did. What's wrong? Is it working? Is it broken? Long story short, do better, Anbernic. Make better software. JLash Thor has a smorgasbord of retro devices, Genesis, all the classic consoles, games, all of his retro handhelds. He's going to list pretty much everything. Keep his favorites, but there's going to be a mountain of awesome stuff for good prices that are going to be in the RH marketplace. I believe initial.
Patrons get first access. So
Yeah, I think patrons will get to pick through it first. So, hey, guess what? No better time to join the patron. Starts at only $1. $1 at patreon.com, and it goes to a great cause, which is this ridiculous stuff that we're doing right now. All the infrastructure and nonsense it takes to power this thing that we're doing. That my wife is kind enough not to give me a hard time about doing multiple times a week.
X, Y, analog up, analog left.
We got to get Chthonics back on the show at some point once we're out of newborn stage here.
We do. L1.
We got to have our both our wiveses.
Mine still hasn't forgiven you, so.
Oh, whatever.
All right.
What does she have to forgive?
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Okay. I was like, I never. What did I do? Come on.
Wow, you got really offended for a second there, buddy.
I go deep. Dude, I live my life passionately and full of passion and love and fear and anger and smiles. So, yeah, I go places fast. Come on.
All right, let's test the game real quick. Make sure that I didn't screw up the speakers.
Is there going to be a 5.5.2 in the mix? There could be a 5.5.2. Thor, you have like 3 5.5.2s now, so I bet you're selling one of them.
Yeah, I'll dump a 5.5.2.
Nate says, "Oh, is this patron and the channel member on Discord the same thing?" Yeah, pretty much. So people can choose either. It's whatever you prefer. Do you not want to go outside Discord? Do the Discord Premium.
We activated the Discord Premium literally just so people could have it easy. Oh, that one. That's loud.
Yeah, and Discord asked us if we wanted to participate in their pilot program for that.
People have Nitro and stuff like that. They already have their financials hooked to it.
Yeah, it's nice and bundled. I switched to it because Thor and I are both patrons of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's fun. You like to put a little monies towards it.
Yep. All right. So it looks like everything's working. I'll button it up.
Yay.
Yay. Premium over Patreon. Right now, the Premium has a couple things on it that is not on Patreon yet.
Yeah, there's some unique things. It does start at $3 instead of $1 because Discord won't let us do $1.
Right, but it's the same tiers as that. It's just we have an extra special one for the Discord Premiums.
Yeah, the Discord one goes up to 10. So at the 10 one, you get all your Game of the Month perks. You don't have to play games every month. You still get access to the Champion channel, which is cool, as well as you get your reset collection code, and then there's fun stuff like I'll sing you a song, for instance. Only once, it's a one-time perk. I will write a song about you, for you, and I will post it and tag you, and embarrass you. Hopefully, it'll be ridiculous. Make no mistake about that. Or maybe it'll be like a ballad. I don't know. Depends on the person and what the mood is. There's other things like Thor. The more concrete perk is that Thor will do a one-time mod upgrade for you, so you can mail him whatever handheld, pretty much whatever type of mod you want to do, whether it's internal Wi-Fi for your 351p, if you want some sort of crazy, or a 552, if you want like a CNC'd like metal shell. I don't know. Maybe that's past. Maybe that's a little further.
That's too far.
You will. Okay, that's the line. You will have to pay for your own parts, your own obviously supply, the handheld and shipping. But Thor will do the labor for free as part of a perk. That's another one-time perk you get access to at that. And the third one, what was it? Choosh will write in and read in his beautiful Australian sultry accent, a children's story about you, for you.
Yes.
And tag you in it. So.
And then the fourth one is one time you can choose the topic of an RH Live episode.
Yes.
One time.
One time you get to pick the episode. Scott already is having us do a Ultimate 3326 shootout episode.
Yeah.
And we have no choice. It will be a lot of fun. I'm scared and I'm excited at the same time. So who knows what type of ridiculous themes and videos we'll come up with.
I like being able to zoom in and out, by the way.
I like that too. Thor has my old camera. That is his new camera. Jaylash, how will I complain about games if I don't play game? Yes, please keep playing Game of the Month. But some of us, of course, are busy adults who still want the, not that you're not, who still want the bragging rights, I guess, of just being in the champion channel or being a part of the whole thing. And if you don't have any time and you got like 45 kids or whatever, like you can still pay to be in the channel. Some people say, okay, well that's pay to play, that's pay to win. Nah, that's
No.
just being an adult and still wanting to like have a perk that's cool. And that's cool. However,
So
we
this says
always
loading
say
state in the bottom corner constantly on any game that I select. Does anybody know how to fix that?
close out and come back into it. It's just stuck.
How do I close
However, as
out?
we always say in RH, like you can do everything without being anything, without being part of the premium or the Discord or the Patreon or whatever it is. We don't care, but it does help us, and that's the end of my rant. Thank you.
What just happened?
What happened? You lost your sound, dude. There's some weird sound glitches on this handheld.
No, I didn't lose my sound.
Oh, there it goes.
There. So my lights are a little bright right now, so I could make sure to accentuate it. But this is a gorgeous screen. It really is.
Look at those blacks, especially on a game that has such a black screen.
Well, yeah, and this game
It's
was
deep.
always washed out before
Ooh,
because of the,
you're right there. That angle right there. That
yeah,
looks so
that's the
good.
angle, right? That's it. Let me move my hands just a touch.
I especially got pure pleasure out of playing games like Tomb Raider when you get to some of the forest parts. Any greens I noticed in this handheld looks so good. Any game with forest or greenery on the OLED just look crazy. Yes. Ugh. Ah, so good.
It does look really fantastic on this screen.
Yeah, it almost makes up for for everything else.
Is there an all black RG503? I think it's just blue and silver,
Uh,
isn't it?
right. Well, it's gray, I think, but yeah, they're just the
Or
blue and the
gray.
gray.
But it's like the RGB20S. They didn't make a black one. They just made a white and an orange with the tiger.
That's I think another that's another failure on Anbernic's part. Like, give us a few more color options. Some people really they'll pay the money
Could not
if you give
communicate
them.
with retro achievements. I think it's because I
Oh,
keep
you
hitting
gotta.
these
Have
buttons
you
on
put in
accident.
your retro achievement info?
Hell no. I don't care
Okay,
about that.
I know you don't. I was like, did you make a retro achievement account? Can we be friends? You should make one though, just for fun.
By the
Come
way, I
on,
turned the volume down so we didn't get DMCA'd right after.
blasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube blasted. Guess what? You can't monetize this video. Oh, okay, thanks.
Because you played Zelda for 2 seconds.
How dare you? Did you see how nice though that cutscene was with Zelda? The green hat. That looked nice.
What?
What?
Zelda in the green hat? Is that what you said?
Did you see how nice the greens looked in Zelda's hat in that quick cutscene?
His
It
name
just
is
looked good.
his name is Link.
Oh, oh my God. Did I
Zelda's
finally do it?
Zelda's the
Oh my
princess.
God.
What the
I know.
hell?
I've given people such a hard time for that over the years. I can't believe I just did that. That was a total Zeldian slip.
Are you
Yeah,
are you
Link,
okay?
sorry. No, I'm having a stroke, I think. Link. Link's hat. God damn.
Ban him,
Every
Faust.
time. I
Ban
can't
him.
I can't I can't get through one episode of anything we do without embarrassing myself in some horrible way. This is worse than the placenta, okay?
Yeah,
This is the
that's yeah.
worst.
The placenta was bad, but this is shameful.
I can never now give anybody a hard time about that ever again. No more judgy.
Is there a speed up button automatically? Do you know?
Function plus R2.
Oh gosh, I almost hit reset.
Be careful when you're hitting that. Yeah. Was that their own or it's L2?
Function in L2?
It's one of the shoulder buttons.
Nope.
Hold function. It is definitely L2 or R2. There you go. There you
go
go.
Back to normal now.
Do the same button again. Same combo.
I don't know what I did.
Function plus.
Oh no, it's L2 and L1 at the same time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. See, watch.
Well, unless Russ remapped it.
Who knows?
No, it's not.
I'm right there, bruh.
No, it's not.
Bruh.
That's fake news.
That's
I don't care if I'm seeing it happen. No, well, that's because Russ changed. Russ, come on.
I am probably working off the Russ config here.
Yeah, well, that means it's probably a freaking awesome config.
So, yeah, I'm sure it is. So there's the FPS meter. So when I hit L1 and L2, it goes up to 400 frames per second.
Jada the Bell. I assume that was done ironically. You should have played it off. No, that was done literally without thought. I will never play anything off. I will examine my shame with a magnifying glass every time.
Oh, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. So if I go through all this with those as the speed up buttons, and then I hit one of those two buttons that loads the state and takes me back. That's the issue I was having.
It's function for everybody who's not on Russ's config. It is function plus L2.
I gotta mess with that later. So anyway, Game Boy Color looks great. And considering this is about half the price of the Analog Pocket, you know.
Now play Sonic 2 on Dreamcast. Because that's where you're gonna realize the use case of this handheld. I swear. I swear to Bob.
I believe you.
And apparently Neo Geo Pocket. Damn, this is actually pretty fun. I'm playing Cool Borders right now.
Sonic Adventure 2, you said?
Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast. And if you want to turn on that FPS counter for people to watch, I don't know what combo it's going to be. Oh, it is. Good.
Oh, dip. With the BIOS boot?
Nah, don't count that. Nah.
Well, I'm saying I'm not used to the BIOS, seeing BIOS screens.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the frame drop. I was like, nah, that doesn't count. So I'm quitting out of this game right now. Just everybody be very careful. Just look at what button you're pushing at the bottom of the handheld before you do it. The reset button is so easy to hit. It drives me crazy. Yeah, Opus mentions he likes how the shell properly protects the screen if you drop it or you put it face down. Absolutely. The nice thing about having that recessed
I was talking about that earlier with my soldering mat here. Because, I mean, you can see the bits that are embedded in it.
Right.
This sounds like garbage, dude. So 30 frames. There we go.
It should be running pretty smooth, at least for me right off the bat.
But the audio has some stuttering.
I'm not going to count anything that happens on your device because it's been modified. So
no. It's been modified by Russ, who's
I know it's probably
anal retentive about this stuff.
It's probably like the best it's ever going to be right now.
The dude literally writes the definitive emulation guides for all these handhelds, you know.
And I just balk in the face of it. No,
it's way smoother on these running sections.
But I want to confirm for myself.
This screen looks great, though. You're gonna eventually convert me to OLED. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Maybe it's not a showstopper, but there's just something nice about it. And once you get used to it in your life, it's tough to go back. If you have the option for it, yeah. I just want to see it in literally any other handheld. That's all.
Odin OLED when, right?
I know, right? Faust says widescreen hack enabled, maybe causing audio issues. Oh, that's a good point, actually.
No, yeah,
Because
that's probably it.
I'm gonna play stock Sonic 2 on this. This is an unmodified 503.
But the gameplay itself is super duper smooth.
Is nice.
So.
But look at the colors in this.
Yeah,
That's where
it looks a little. The live stream definitely isn't showing off the glory of it.
the gloriness of it. I mean, I see it. Looking at the live stream, it looks pretty damn nice still.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it live on my 503 right now. Which, by the way, it is running full speed online. So I think.
Well, I'm at 54 frames per second now. That probably needed some shader caching and stuff like that. 57. I'm not getting the audio stuttering now that I'm deep in the level, you know?
Now that you're going through, okay, yeah.
So it was probably some shader caching or something like that, which I'm okay with. Holding it.
Well, no, I am. I am. Hold on. I'm getting dips. Yeah.
I wasn't getting.
Yeah, I'm getting dips.
A lot of dips though.
I'm not noticing the dips when I'm playing the game, but at seeing the frame counter, I am seeing the dips. But I don't.
Now I'm at 60 frames per second, so it's probably shaders.
It's variable, yeah. Yeah, and again, like you said, like when you hit the running part, and then you're golden. I really should be more critical of this stuff.
Not bad.
Meh.
I'll hit the reset button.
Now try PSP. That's where we're really going to run into some issues.
Yeah, that's where this is not going to be glorious.
If you're going to try any 3D PSP stuff, which sucks, man, because this is a brilliant screen to have PSP on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the Vita screen, so of course it is.
Well, yeah. It's really a brilliant screen to have the Vita content on if there was ever a Vita emulator.
We'll see about that. Let's see here.
Where are my owls at? Where are we at with Vita emulation? Somebody look this up.
I'm not going to load up Vice City because it takes forever. I'm going to load up Tekken.
Or as we say in France, Tekken.
Tekken?
I don't know.
It's like all the Midwest moms are called Target.
Yeah, we do that out here too. I'm like, stop it. But I can't say anything now that I've called Link Zelda. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm not a gamer anymore.
No.
Now I'm just a dad who plays video games. That's it. Yeah. Nate, Vita emulation feels so far away. But remember when like PSP emulation felt far away? Like it'll get there.
Vita emulation probably won't end up getting emulated. Somebody will probably make a translation layer for it since it's natively compiled to ARM 7, I think.
Yeah, and we're so far into Mr. Land that
well, I don't even mean FPGA. I mean it should in the near future maybe run natively on ARM-based processors, so like Android and stuff like that.
Don't threaten me with a good time. What you said, yes, let's do that.
All right, who do I want here?
I'm going to beat this level again in Sonic. This is dumb. This time I'm going to save my state. Dreamcast feels so good on this handheld. I don't even care with the little dips. It's running fluid to me, and for some reason the controls and the feel of the controller feels good for Dreamcast. And I haven't yet to say that for another handheld. So that's like, for me, that's probably what I'll use this thing for. I'm not a huge Dreamcast guy, but I could be. With the right handheld. Because they never made a Dreamcast handheld. They never made a Sega handheld after the the
Game Gear.
Game Gear and the Nomad, right?
Nomad, yeah.
Didn't see
I'm
anything
always
else.
I'm always tempted by the Nomads I see on eBay.
You know, do people do like IPS screen mods for those or anything?
Oh yeah.
All right, that could be a thing. So how are you looking there on Tekken? That one ran okay for me.
Tekken
I was
5
playing that
did.
the other day. Yeah, it was okay. I wasn't like trying to upscale or anything. You know, they Anbernic has learned over time to start including games that for sure will run decently in some of these stock games that they include on the
Yeah.
SD card, and that's smart. So you really would need to load on some of your own to start to see some of the issues. But they still leave a few that definitely shouldn't be on there that run horribly. And it's like, why would you
Well,
even put this on here? You're
I'm
shooting yourself in the foot, guys. Come on.
this is running okay. I'm pretty sure Tekken 6 is not going to run okay though.
Yeah, I don't think I tried that one. What did I try? Let's see.
Reset.
Oh, damn it. I hit the reset button instead of. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that again.
They
See,
need to not have.
that's the problem with this. I was like, I'm for sure hitting, I looked at it, I'm hitting the function button, and I pushed the reset button instead. Lost all my progress a second time.
Sega handheld upgrading is stupid expensive. Yes, it is. The
Yeah,
older Game Gear like IPS kits and stuff were also incredibly technical to install because you had
right.
to remove capacitors and resistors from the board and save them and reuse them in other places. I remember one of our friends going through that, and man, he went through it.
Cheers and kudos to him. Okay, Vice City story.
I'm gonna
That
load up
is
Tekken
definitely
6.
one. Yeah, and I'm gonna load up Vice City because that's got to be one that is problematic.
Notice they didn't include God of War.
That smart. There's no point. But I'll reiterate this again, is that this handheld has a power efficient CPU that's going to have longer battery life
There's
and lower temperatures.
there's
And so we're
zero
going to
heat
get a
on this
lost
thing right now.
me as well. Um,
Oh, here we go. There's the dips.
yeah. And I get a little bit sweating when we're doing these podcasts. I get so into it, and I'm even not feeling any heat coming from this thing at all. But there's a price to pay, and that price is in performance. Unfortunately, PSP performance and N64. That sucks.
Yeah,
That
Tekken
is
6
what
is
it is.
not. I'll see if shaders can compile and blah blah blah, but it's
Uh,
running. It's playable, but it's not delightful. You know what I mean?
yeah, and same thing here with GTA is that it's definitely
You
playable,
win.
but it is not fun. It is noticeably slow. The resolution is set to the absolute minimum. You can drive a motorcycle around. There's some parts where it's going smooth, and then you start to keep playing. I just fell through the world somehow. That's never happened in all the years I played GTA. In all the years, I've never fallen through the map before, and I just immediately fell through the world to an abyss. That's incredible. I wish I was documenting that. Jaded
Yeah,
Bell.
so
Anybody see the one-off portable Saturn that someone made recently? Oh,
that's a
that
lot.
sounds
That's a lot of
cool.
dedication to Panzer Dragoon.
Don't don't make me collect Saturn again. That was a very expensive
No,
time in my
you're
life.
no.
No,
I
don't
love you
do
too
that to
much to
me.
let you do that. All right.
Don't. I
I will
can't.
fly out there and stop you.
You're gonna sense me like 2 in the morning, about to cook by an Albert Odyssey or something.
Oh yeah, like 6 hours from now, you're gonna be hovering over Panzer Dragoon on eBay. Oh, $87. Oh, that's such a good deal.
Oh, I went deeper than eBay, Thor. I went to Mercari. I made a damn account there, and I'm like, what am
Excuse
I
me.
doing? What am I doing right now? Why am I? I need to stop. Get back to emulation. Stop the madness.
Yeah.
But I did pick
I
up a
do like
couple
that
like,
you have an original PlayStation in your studio now, though.
oh,
That's nice.
I like that too. And I've been collecting some of my favorite games for it that just like feel good to have again,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the nostalgia. Like I want to show my kids. Like my daughter came in the other day and she's like, "Oh, what is this?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a PlayStation." She's like, "What do you do with it?" "Oh, you play games on it." She's like, "We can play games together." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What? Why is there a cord?"
Why
Oh,
is there a cord?
oh,
Oh,
child.
oh,
Oh,
you.
child. Oh man, we have a lot to go over, don't we? That's right, because she's only ever seen wireless controllers before. So that was incredible to me. She's like, can we play car racing?" And I'm like, "Oh, we can play car racing. Are you kidding
No,
me? I'm
never gonna
Crash
use this
Team
example.
Racing, you know.
They have
We're gonna have a good time."
they included 3 games on here: Banjo and Kazoo. It says Kazu, right? Banjo and Kazoo's Castlevania, which is one of the worst games ever, and Ocarina. What do you think I'm gonna try?
One of the Nintendo mainline ones. Ocarina starring Link or Banjo, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Both of them run okay. Pretty good, not fantastic. I'm really disappointed in the PSP performance on this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not
I
great. And I'm just gonna throw this out there. I know a lot of people love Linux and everything like that. I promise you, I'm not dogging Linux. I'm just gonna say that these emulators are so much more refined on Android that it's bothersome. You know?
yeah, and
Holy crap, this is slow. You hear
yeah, and
that?
I'm not I do. I'm not one for overclocking really. Like I'm always cool staying at stock. This is a handheld. I think someone should come up with an overclock. We're gonna need lineage. We're gonna need an
See,
overclock.
I don't even know if it needs an overclock. I think it just needs efficient emulators. Like
So
I
we need Android. We need Android.
yeah.
Okay. Who's gonna do it?
Like
You
me
are you
and
gonna do it?
yeah.
Okay. And Turtle.
Yes. Sure, Super Nintendo runs just fine now. Let's find out.
Earlier I left Turtle out of my list of lineage devs, and I'm an asshole. I'm sorry, Turtle. Turtle as well. So we got Turtle, Thor. Who's else in my roster? Black Seraph.
Yeah,
No
same
Time
for
to Date.
No Time, which I haven't
Those
heard from
are.
No Time in a little while. I hope he's doing all right.
What's up with No Time? I hope he's doing great. He has no time to date. He said that
Mm-hmm,
in his username.
mm-hmm. In his username.
And Turtle's still around. We talk to him all the time. Still releasing security patches
For the
and
RP2,
updates
yeah.
for
RP1 just
yeah
got
for
Lineage 15.1,
I'm so proud of that kid. Is he a
and
kid or is he a dude? I
who
don't know.
knows? I don't think he's a kid.
No, he's definitely a turtle.
He's
He's
definitely a turtle. Absolutely.
he's wickedly a turtle. Just the greatest
Just
turtle.
maximum turtlage.
Faust. Ultra HLE this crap. Um is there a Pico 8 emulator stock on this thing? Let me come back to that. I really want to put that to bed. Remember that whole drama
That whole deal.
that I made out of thin air
Yeah, that you manufactured. Yes.
into being, and now some people think that's part of the zeitgeist.
That's on you. All right.
Yes. Oh, sorry everybody. I try my best, I try my best to like stay coherent, but sometimes I fall short. Please have
JLash with one
patience for me.
gigabyte of RAM. Are you talking about with Android
Yeah, it's gonna
having
be tough.
gigabyte of
There's no
RAM?
doubt about it. Yeah, Android with 1 gig is tough, but we've done it before.
Oh yeah,
Um,
RP2 has the
351
original
elect.
RP2 only has that. So
Yeah, and also not 351 elect. 351 Droid also was a Lineage build on. I think we ran that on some devices with 512, didn't we?
The RP1 only has 512. Yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. But what about 351 Droid for like 351p? Some of those early,
Those were a gigabyte, weren't they?
those are gigabyte. Okay, so it's not out of the realm. In fact, other Anbernic devices with 1 gig we've done before.
Yeah.
Mind you, running the Play Store on those is not a great idea, but sideloading
No.
APK is just fine. It's just fine. It's good.
Yeah, the emulators that you're going to want to use on those devices are free anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you're not going to be trying to run Play Store paid emulators on those devices most of the time.
There is not a Pico 8 emulator on here by default, so it's just something we need to get into deeper.
So you were
I
just really, really talking out of the butt, is what you're saying. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, completely. Yeah, it was just completely fabricated, just wrong.
Completely fabricated.
I'll admit that. Something that I thought happened that was not, in fact, a thing. There may be. I'm sure there's a way to run Pico 8 on here. I'm not gonna make any definitive statements anymore, though. Never. It's up to Jay to the Bell now to figure out.
It's on him.
It's on him solely. In anything positive or negative that happens. Well, if it's positive, you attribute it to obviously me. Like, yeah, I did it. I'm the hero. If something bad happens because of all this with Pico 8, like Jay to the Bell, I don't know. You know, that guy just he couldn't pull it together, and I don't know what to say. Like, no, I'm excited just to see. I'm sure it does run. You know, I'm sure Celeste runs okay on here, and I'm sure someone has done testing somewhere.
Well, is there anything else I need to show off? We did the full teardown, and N64 runs like crap. So
yeah, it does. All right, so let's just you want to crack a cold one and just kind of wrap up.
Yeah, I think we should wrap up. I think it's wrap up.
Yeah. Well, all right. Here's my thoughts, and I've said them many times. But to wrap up. Beautiful screen. Okay price point. Really poor placement of the reset button. 7 out of 10 build quality at best.
I wouldn't go that far even.
You would say like 6?
The buttons are fine. The joysticks the analog sticks are great. You know, they're the same thing that they've been using in everything for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
The shell, the quality of the shell is not good. I think that's enough to knock 4 points off of a total of 10, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And I hear that.
And I would say at the same time that within that 4 points getting knocked off is also the shape. This right here, the texturing, was really cool. That was a really cool thing. I like it a lot. I like it better than the rubber pad. They should have shipped a stock OS that uses the touchscreen in some way, maybe, or at least given you the option. Yeah. That's
That'd
weird.
Be nice. That'd be nice. And it's so weird.
Faust, yay! Still don't want one.
Correct. And the recessed panel, I don't know. It feels weird in 2022 to have the recessed panel. Yeah, in a drop test or something, if it drops on the ground, it's probably going to be okay. You're going to get crumbs in there. It's going to get dust. It's going to get lint. It's going to I've already gotten lint putting it in my pocket that way. It's not good.
It's
the lack of stacked shoulder buttons, which we're all like complacent with Anbernic by now anyways. So there's no surprise there. For me, my rating is it's a solid.
They give it a total rating.
6. We don't normally give ratings like this, but I'm going to say it's like a 6.5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 6 out of 10, but only because of the OLED.
Only because the OLED, exactly. If it didn't have this OLED screen, you would easily get like a 4, maybe a 5.
Yeah, if it does eventually get Android, it'll go up to maybe a 7 or 7.5.
Yeah.
just for the efficiencies, you know, in
Yeah.
the emulators.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll
We
see.
will
Maybe
see.
we
We'll
will
see.
get it. We'll see.
Viva C.
Uh, with that, Thor, thanks for being the brave soul to do the teardown today
Yeah, man.
and running video. It made me nice and easy here to just like hang with you. I always appreciate that. We take turns being the victim with our
We
cameras
do.
on.
We do.
So yeah, what are your thoughts? What is everyone's thoughts on the 503? With any Does anyone else have one? Um, we want to hear. Write it in the comments below. Write it in the chat before we wrap up here. And what else do you want to see from us? You know, is this the type of content that you enjoy seeing? Right now we have these RH live streams, and we also have our offline podcast. Uh, is there other stuff you want us to cover? We're down to try it out. Yeah, and with that, thanks everyone for joining. This has been RH Live. I'm Stubbs with your host Thor. That's that guy.
This guy
We'll
with the
catch you all
thumbs.
with the thumbs. We'll
Yep.
catch you on the flippity flip.
Yep. Make sure you check out our Patreon and the Discord server and all that kind of stuff. Come on, join us. Come on, do it.
Join us.
Come on. Bye.
Come in and join us. Bye, everybody.